Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Susie with Through It All, and I wanted to continue with reading in Genesis. So I'm going to read Genesis 2, and then if there's anything that sticks out to do a commentary or talk about it or anything like that, then I'll stop in and do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the first one when I did Genesis 1. But I'm going to do Genesis 2 now, and we'll see what comes up in that. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all that vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested for all the work of creating that he had done. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and no shrub of the field had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprung up. For the Lord God had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no man to work the ground. But streams came up from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. The Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The river watering the garden flowing from Eden, from there it was separated into four headwaters. The name of the first is the Faison. Oh my. It winds through the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold that land is good, aromatic, resin, and oxen iox. Ooh, some of these words are also there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It winds through the entire land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It runs along the east side of Asher. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die." The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field and all the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them. And whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds of the air, and all the beasts of the field. But for Adam no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. The man and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame." Wow, can you just imagine innocent, young, created, had no idea. It didn't register to them that they were naked because there was no sin. Isn't it amazing what sin does? Actually, I'm going to go a little further, and I'm going to read 3 also. Genesis 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, He said to the woman, "Did God really say, 'You must not eat from any tree in the garden'?" Isn't it? I mean, the serpent is just very crafty to pose a question like that. The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, 'You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die.' You will not surely die," the serpent said to the woman. "For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." I mean, talk about twisting the words and questioning and just putting that question in the back of your head. Did I really hear right? Isn't that easy to get there when somebody really wants to question something? Then they say, "But was it said that way? Or did you imagine it that way?" Crafty, I tell you. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. And how many times does that happen to us? We question it, and then we say, would it really happen? And then you take the step and do it, and then your eyes are really opened. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it. Then the Lord God said to the woman, What is this you have done? The woman said, The serpent deceived me, and I ate. So the Lord God said to the serpent, Because you have done this, cursed are you above all the livestock and all the wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly increase your pains in childbearing. So, is that why we go through so much pain in childbirth? Wow. With pain, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. To Adam he said, Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I command you, you must not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all the living. The Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. And the Lord God said, The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. So the Lord God banished him from the garden to Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. After he drove the man out, he placed on the east side of the Garden of Eden cherubim, and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. To guard the way to the tree of life. So what does that mean? That our way of life is guarded? Quite a bit to think about, isn't it? Very interesting. I don't know, this is just really good for me to read. Just starting in the front of the Bible and reading. So much to learn, and to learn to read our Bible ourselves and not just following a persona of just picking verses out. Yes, there are certain verses that help us to, sometimes life gets so hard that we just, the living word, it is literally living, breathing, life giving. And sometimes life is just so hard that is all you can do, is to just stand on the word and let it mold you, let it convict you, let it do what it needs to do to move forward in life, to take the next step, to be just another better version of yourself, and just crucify the flesh just one more time, and just one more time. Sometimes it just takes sacrificing, surrendering over and over. I don't think anywhere, I've never heard of that there is ever too many times. I've not experienced that. I have a lot to learn yet. I've not experienced that there is ever too many times. So I hope this has blessed you. I hope you found some encouragement with it. And I know I was blessed, and just reminded, do we know his voice when he says, don't do that? Or do we have such a cold heart that we are not listening to the voice? How is the voice? What does the voice sound like? Is it loud and blasting, or is it a small, still voice? Or is it a tuck, just a prick in the heart to make you go, what should I do with that? Anyways, have a blessed day, and God bless you. May his peace and love be bestowed upon you. Take care, and God bless.